यूपीए सरकार ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਅਹਿਮ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਖੁਰਾਕ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਬਿੱਲ ਤੇ VOTING ਪ੍ਰਕਿਰਿਆ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਸਭਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਸ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਲੋਕ ਸਭਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿੱਲ ਪਾਸ ਹੋਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸ਼੍ਰੋਮਣੀ ਅਕਾਲੀ ਦਲ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਨਰੇਸ਼ ਗੁਜਰਾਲ ਨੇ ਰਾਜ ਸਭਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਦਿਆਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ यूपीए ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਨਾਜ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਤਾਂ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਗਰੀਬ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਸਤੇ ਭਾਅ ਅਨਾਜ ਮੁਹੱਈਆ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਅਨਾਜ ਦੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਲਈ ਕੇਂਦਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੇ ਹਰਿਆਣਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਦੀ ਬੇਕਦਰੀ ਕਾਰਨ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿਆ ਸੜ ਗਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਨਰੇਸ਼ ਗੁਜਰਾਲ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟੋਰੇਜ ਦੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਘਾਟ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਟਨ ਅਨਾਜ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿਆ ਸੜ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਸੁੱਤੀ ਪਈ ਹੈ।
But unfortunately, it seems that they're in such a hurry to garner votes that no attention is being paid for the infrastructure. Sir, to provide food security to our people, you need to have storage facility in the country. Sir, it's a matter of shame that as on 1st of July of this year, in Punjab alone, 12.5 million tons of food grain was lying in the open, what they call CAP, and another 6 million was lying in Haryana outside in the open. In Punjab, out of the 12.5, 2.5 million was not only lying in the open, but it was not even on CAP. It was just lying in the fields. Obviously, it will rot, and I want to just quote for a minute what the CAG has to say. He says, internal audit and physical verification conducted by FCI was largely inadequate. Sir, if we have to feed our people, there has to be storage facility. The Honorable Minister, in reply to my question, says that only 6 million would be added during this year. Now, it's completely illogical.
ਉਧਰ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਨਾਜ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਬਿੱਲ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੋਈ ਚਰਚਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈਂਦਿਆਂ ਬਠਿੰਡਾ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼੍ਰੋਮਣੀ ਅਕਾਲੀ ਦਲ ਦੀ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਹਰਸਿਮਰਤ ਕੌਰ ਬਾਦਲ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪਿਛਲੇ 9 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੌਰਾਨ यूपीए ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਅਚਾਨਕ ਲੋਕ ਸਭਾ ਚੋਣਾਂ ਆਉਂਦਿਆਂ ਹੀ ਉਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਸ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਕਿਉਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਵਾਹ ਲਾਈ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਹਰਸਿਮਰਤ ਬਾਦਲ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ यूपीए ਦੀ ਨੀਅਤ ਤੇ ਨੀਤੀ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੋਟ ਹੈ।
Sir, the World Health Organization and the Indian Council of Medical Research says that an adult requires minimum 10 to 14 kg of food grains. Then on what basis has this government reached the conclusion that bare 5 kg per person is more than enough to sustain an individual? And sir, as for the quality, that is, we are talking about the lesser said the better. Lakhs of tons of grain, of wheat and rice rotting in rodent-infected godowns, insect-ridden godowns, lakhs of tons lying under the open sun, rain, storm at the weather gods, and rotting in extreme weather conditions is the reality of the quality of the grain that is going to be distributed to these poor people under this scheme. And sir, when I finally come to the affordable prices, I think there can be no crueler joke than this. At onions at 80 rupees, dals at 100 rupees, every vegetable above 50 rupees, fruits unaffordable, oil at 120 rupees, where this government has totally failed to control food inflation in the last 9 years. Now 6 months before election, they are bringing in a bill to give wheat and rice at 2 and 3 rupees. What signal are they giving to the country that now you survive on this dole of 2 and 3 rupees for the future and live on few dry rotis because we have no concept as to how we plan to control the food inflation? So is this what the government is signaling to the country, that they have now got to prepare themselves to survive on few dry rotis doled out by this government? Madam, sir, if this government is serious about addressing hunger and malnutrition as stated by the president, then I think they need to learn a lesson from the government of Punjab that brought in an Atta Dal scheme as soon as we came into power 7 years ago, where we provide atta 25 kilos at 4 rupees and dal at 20 rupees per kg, 2.5 kgs to every family to combat hunger and meet the nutrition requirement. And this is being given to 16 lakh families since the last 6 years. Even the Planning Commission has admitted that in Punjab, where the population of poor, which was 21% in 2005, has come down to 8.2% in 2006, and 2012 a reduction of 60% in the last 6 years during our regime, where the national poor population average still in the country is almost 22%. A scheme so popular, sir, that our neighbor Haryana has also decided to copy it few days back under the Dal Roti scheme. Only difference, we brought in the bill when we came into power, and Haryana has woken up after 8 years of being in power. So, sir, I would like to say that the honesty of this government to provide, intention to provide nutritional security will only be proved if they support my amendment to include pulses in this bill. Otherwise, their lives will be exposed for the whole world to see as to what a poll gimmick that they are trying to bring in. But most importantly, sir, I would like to challenge this government's proposal for providing food grains to 50% of urban and 75% of the rural population. In the last 5 years, sir, the wheat and rice procured by this government, the average has been 57 million tons. If they have to give wheat and rice to 50 and 75% of the 50% urban and 75% rural population, sir, they need minimum 61 million tons as of today. Sir, in our country, there are 121 million farmland holdings, out of which 65% are small and marginal farmers having less than 1 hectare of land. Sir, these marginal farmers produce 52% of the total wheat and rice of the country. If this government is going to subsidize their food grains at 2 and 3 rupees, sir, why should the farmer with spiraling costs of diesel, or spiraling cost of fertilizer, of increasing cost of pesticide, why should that farmer bother growing his own crop when he is going to get it at 2 and 3 rupees? And if 52% of the farmers stop growing their own crop, sir, what is going to happen to the food production? Food production will plunge, but food requirement will increase and inflation will go through the ceiling. This is the reality that this government needs to think about, sir. Sir, this highly subsidized food rate will take away all incentive of the small and marginal farmers to bother growing food, thus leading to lower production, higher consumption and food inflation. And sir, also I would like to ask, if there is one bad year where there is a flood or there is a drought and this food production drops, what is going to happen to the country, sir? Today in this huge country, if the food production drops, and because of this bill, this government is forced to import food from the world, sir, every 6th human being in this planet is an Indian. If we have to import food to feed this huge population, imagine the distortion in the world market. There will be a global food crisis, and the government needs to think about this. Sir, this 1,30,000 crore food security burden that this government is adding to the finances of this country is not only going to increase the fiscal deficit, but it is also going to put a pressure on the government not to increase the MSP. Because every time they increase the MSP, the fiscal deficit will go up even further. And because the subsidized food grains are going to be of low price, so obviously the higher MSP they give, the more their burden will increase. So why should they have the incentive to increase this burden? In fact, I would like a clarification. I have been told that for next 3 years there has been a cap put on the MSP. Would the minister please clarify whether there is any such thing, and also clarify what is the minimum MSP that they plan to increase for next 3 years, so that the farmer is safeguarded and not for that what security the farmer's earnings go for a toss. Sir, this squeeze by the government on procurement prices combined with spiraling input prices will have the most dangerous ramifications.
Please order. Please don't.
Sir, the moment food production comes down and there is a shortage of grain, so here comes in the most dangerous thing of all, is the cash transfer, where in lieu of not given food grains, of entitlement of food grains as this government has come up with, sir. Sir, this is nothing short of an attempt to set the foundation for killing the livelihood of thousands of farmers by disbanding the PDS system, sir. Today the PDS system not only provides food to the poor, but ensures procurement of the grain for the farmers, sir. Sir, tomorrow if the government puts the country's finances into such serious condition that to save the finances, they have to disband the PDS system partially or totally, to save the cost of storage, handling, transportation and distribution. Sir, this will not only end up killing the farmers, but it would end up bringing the production down to the ground and thus throwing the country into a total
Please wait up. Please wait up.
total turmoil, breaking the backbone of agriculture, which is our country. So I demand, sir, most importantly, that this cash transfer clause 8 of the bill, which allows for this cash to be deleted from this bill,
Yes.
to safeguard
Please,
the farmers, to safeguard their livelihood, and to ensure that agriculture in our country does not finish. Sir, most importantly, what I would like to ask here, they have made no arrangements for increasing infrastructure and storage. Today in our country, there is lack of storage, lack of infrastructure. In a state like Punjab, the rail rakes are 20% lesser than what is required today. Where is the arrangement for that? And most importantly, sir, we talk about food security. What about the water security that is going to produce this food? If there is no talk of, if there is no water, where is the food going to get produced from? I come from a state which produces 60% of the wheat and rice. And NASA says that our water tables are going down. In 20 years, we will be a desert. If the government cannot give us a measly 3,500 crores to ensure water security and food security of the state that produces the food, but they want to spend 1,30,000 crores for their vote security to get them some votes. So with this slow policy paralysis, slowed inflation,
Please
low
wind up, please wind
inflation,
up, please wind up.
slow economy, today this government is trying to bring in the game changer bill. The game that they need to change is first admit to the inefficiency and get the policy right. So मैं इस सरकार से अपील करती
Please,
हूँ
please, please wind
कि
up,
भूख
madam.
पे राजनीति बंद करे और वोट की राजनीति से ऊपर उठ के देश को राष्ट्रीय निर्माण की तरफ लेके जाएं। ये 1,30,000 करोड़ ये स्किल डेवलपमेंट में, जॉब क्रिएशन में, हेल्थ और एजुकेशन सेक्टर को स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए करते हैं, तो आज इनको ऐसे पोल गिमिक्स करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, वोट सिक्योरिटी बिल लाने की जरूरत नहीं करती। आज देश के लाखों करोड़ों हिंदुस्तानी वो ये नहीं चाहते कि वो एक भीख की डोल पे जिंदा रहे, वो आत्म सम्मान से अपनी रोटी कमा के अपनी मर्जी से जी के खा के जीना चाहते हैं।
Okay, right,
एक ऐसे
right. Thank you,
भविष्य को
thank you, thank you,
मानते
thank you.
हैं जहाँ उनके
Thank-
बच्चे
thank-
उनसे बेहतर जिंदगी जी सके, आत्मसम्मान के साथ जी सके, डिग्निटी के साथ जी सके। Sir, this is where this bill fails. It gives a symbolically filled belly, but it does not provide the
Sir, Lalu
dignity that
Prasad,
we are
yeah.
promising in
Yeah,
the bill. So I hope that the government will make the necessary
Lalu Prasad,
amendments and then bring in this bill and not just play cheap politics
Okay,
for
right,
vote
right.
gains with the country.
Okay.